It's that time of year again when the streets of Paris are overrun with beautiful creatures and outlandish outfits. The French capital has become the backdrop for a showcase of the hottest looks. It's Paris Fashion Week, of course. And as the fall-winter ready-to-wear collections hit the catwalks, fashion reporter Samantha Tse joins us in the studio for a debrief. Hi, Samantha.
Hi.
Now, let's start off with some new faces making their creative debuts at the head of some major labels. There's been a few reshuffles in the industry, starting with Givenchy.
Right, this is the story of the season. Sarah Burton makes her debut with Givenchy, and of course it's almost a homecoming in a way. You know, she's spent almost 30 years, her entire career at Alexander McQueen, and this is her first time leaving the brand and showcasing at Givenchy, which of course was once held by Alexander McQueen himself. So what's amazing about this collection is that it's actually drawn from Courrèges de Givenchy's first collection from 1952. A series of his patterns were found when they were renovating the building, and she's taken that as the starting point for her collection. Now, Givenchy has always been known for his muse, you know, his collaboration with Audrey Hepburn, but of course, what I love about this collection is that Sarah Burton has really modernized the brand. We love Audrey, but it's also, you know, we are in 2025, and what she has done has made the modern women extremely intelligent. It is strong. It's got a bit of an edge, you know, so instead of sailor cut coats, we definitely have beautiful hourglass coats that can double as mini dresses.
So a sort of 21st century update there. Okay, well, let's take a look at the Givenchy fall-winter ready-to-wear collection. And new arrivals as well at the head of Tom Ford and Dries Van Noten as well.
Absolutely. I mean, at Tom Ford, we have Haider Ackermann. Haider Ackermann, of course, is, you know, a big name in fashion. And for him to come in to step into the footsteps of Tom Ford has been incredible. So Tom Ford, the brand and the person, has always been known for a very overt sexuality. Now, Haider Ackermann is a little bit more minimalist, so he took the codes of the brand and he really brought it to another level. It is, you know, the Tom Ford women who maybe had a great time in the clubs in the 90s is now being able to wear Haider Ackermann's iteration of the brand to, you know, to secret private clubs or, you know, beautiful dinners. Okay. And then obviously at Dries Van Noten, we have a new appointment as well, Julian Klausner. Now, he has been with Dries for 6 years prior, and so he's really taken the codes, and he's really also honored Dries Van Noten, the designer, and he's had a great collaboration with, ideas with how he clashes prints, very much like his predecessor. So that's really amazing. His collection tended to be, I think, a little bit on the younger side compared to what Dries has designed for, but still a great debut nonetheless.
Exciting new departures for them then. Well, another big event that was new this year was a very glitzy benefit dinner at the Louvre. Michelle Yeoh, Keira Knightley, Doechii, all in attendance there for the Grand Dîner du Louvre. This comes after we learned recently that the museum has plans for significant refurbishments, which they'll need to fund.
Yes, so this was a fundraiser for the Louvre, as you said. The targeted goal was 1 million, but they exceeded that by raising 1.4 million. Now, major brands bought tables at 50,000 euros a piece. Brands such as Chanel and Dior, they bought beautiful tables, but they also, in addition to the fashion brands, corporate brands such as Deloitte and Meta also bought tables to support.
Wow, sounds like a huge success then. Well, they weren't the only stars in town at that glitzy event. Plenty of actresses were in attendance at the Stella McCartney fashion show. She really seems to gather a loyal following from Hollywood names. Let's hear from a couple of them and from the designer herself.
It was a great piece of theatre, great to watch, beautiful clothes, women's bodies celebrated, absolutely loved it.
These leathers have come to her. She's just pushed it so far, and it's so beautiful. Everything was like just so chic and sexy.
A lot of work goes into those shows, actually. Like, I'm like, wow, I took on a lot this season. I think I wanted to just celebrate the brand, celebrate everything that we do at Stella, everything we stand for in the fashion industry, really. So I had just a little bit of everything in there, you know, day to night, laptop to lap dance. The exotics, I really wanted to celebrate the fact that we don't use exotic skins at Stella. So this season, my kind of animal activism is around that. And the word exotic went into like lap dance. And so there was a connection in case none of you quite got it.
British designer Stella McCartney there. She's been a staple at Paris Fashion Week since she first showed 24 years ago. It goes to show that it's not just the French houses who've carved out a place for themselves. We also have veteran Japanese designer Yuji Yamamoto showing in Paris, and the Italian label Valentino. That was a big show this time around. What did you make of it?
I always love what Alejandro Michele does, you know, for the brand. This time they recreated a genderless bathroom stall in the Valentino red in the courtyard of the Institut du Monde Arabe. And, you know, models emerge from the stalls. It's always such a joy to see his maximalist approach to clothes. You know, this time, as always, it's very accessory heavy. And of course, some of the DNA from his own personal style came through as well, in addition to drawing from the archives. You know, we have like the cat on the knitwear. We have the balaclavas. So definitely a very maximalist, very cool collection.
And that signature Valentino red there as well. Well, of course, the French heritage fashion houses are always a hot ticket event. And under the direction of Maria Grazia Chiodi, the Dior show is a reliably spectacular moment in the fashion calendar. Let's take a look at this season's offerings. Samantha, what did you think of the Dior show?
The Dior show is always a fantastic show. I mean, this season, it seemed a little bit darker, a little bit more somber than other shows. The brand collaborated with a male movie director, which is kind of new for the brand, normally collaborating with women. But what I loved most about it was all the gorgeous detailing, you know, that sometimes when you're at the runway shows, you don't necessarily see everything up front, or until you actually go to the Reese's and see how delicate some of the work around the detailing is. So I love Dior. I think they're always perfect.
Incredible craftsmanship we can see there on the embroidery of some of those pieces.
The ruffles, you know, the layering. It's so gorgeous.
And anything else exciting from other big French names?
I definitely love Chloé. I definitely think that they're incredible. I think what the world really needs right now is a bit of Chloé. You know, it's what's all the cool girls are wearing. Ruffly blouses, you know, a layering of like lace. And Courrèges, of course, is another French brand that I absolutely love. A different kind of women, a much more, you know, sensual, sexual women. A lot of cutouts this season. A lot of really bright colors and like sharp lines. That's what I really love about Courrèges.
And just briefly, you took part in a little fashion experience more than a catwalk show, thanks to extreme cashmere.
I did.
Some specialist pampering for our sweaters and a little moment of meditation for the press.
Absolutely. So Extreme Cashmere is a Dutch cashmere brand, and they partnered up with Miele. And what they did was they created this absolutely incredible installation, as we can see here, with the Miele washing machines. And they have taught you in 5 easy steps how to care for your cashmere. And, you know, top VIPs and clients were allowed to come in, bring their cashmere, and they would absolutely treat it for you from washing all the way to folding.
Sounds super useful, actually. A very busy schedule for you then, Samantha, but
Yes.
if you had to put one collection at the top of your list, which one impressed you the most?
There were so many really great brands. I mean, I really loved, I definitely loved Alaïa. Alaïa is the first time that they have shown on the schedule, and they are always so incredible. What I love is that they kept their, you know, sort of their bodycon DNA, but actually have expanded it to a lot of like bolder silhouettes, rounder silhouettes, but also keeping in mind that you know, using the same techniques as Azadine had used before, you know, the different types of knit to create such incredible silhouettes. I also have to say I really, really loved Zimmermann. Zimmermann is what we need right now. It's just a really good fun, easy, chilled out brand that gives you a bit of like je ne sais quoi, which I love.
And some celebs in attendance there as well.
Absolutely. Katie Holmes was probably my favorite to see. You know, I always, see her at New York Fashion Week, but I don't often see her in Paris. In fact, this might even be her first time. And she's a big supporter of the brand, and it was so great to see her front row.
Okay, well, Samantha, thank you so much for that roundup. We'll leave you with a peek at some of the sculptural silhouettes at Alaïa. Do check in with us here next time on Arts 24 for more fashion, arts and culture. There's more news coming up just after this.
في الغياب